Today, sparks and ash are going to fly in the editor module. Howdy y'all, this is the third part of the Fotomontage series. In case you haven't seen the other two, the link is right here above. And in this one, we're going to make sure that our monastery looks a little more medieval to match what we have, and it's going to be lit on fire. Just like with the previous video, the first step is going to be by grouping the adjustments from last time so they don't get all mixed up. Let's select the previous dragon and knight layers, right-click, and choose group. Now let's rename the group to something we're not going to forget and makes sense for us. Next, let's add the flame that the dragon is breathing on the poor monastery. Let's resize and rotate the image. Next, we're going to add flames on and around the monastery. And the important thing to think about is the size of the flames beforehand, because we want the flames to look realistic, so let's not increase them to just crazy, unproportional, unrealistic sizes. Now let's add another fire image from our file. Now let's shrink it and fit it and place it around the outer left side of the monastery, like this. Okay, but now we need the blades of grass to cover the fire to make it look like the fire is actually behind the grass. Now let's press Ctrl and click the grass layer to select it. Then for the fire layer, choose Mask and Hide Selection, which hides the part of the fire that is covering the mask with the grass. Since this part on the right looks unrealistic, let's click on the mask and choose a black paintbrush to remove that part of the flame. Next, let's add another fire image from our file, shrink it, and place it on the right side of the monastery, where the grass is behind the knight. And now don't forget to rename your layers. To make sure the fire is behind the knight, let's move the fire layer under the group with the dragon and knight. And duplicate the layer, mirror the image, and add it to this side as an additional flame. Then let's add more flame right here behind the knight. Finally, let's add some more fire coming out of the windows on the left side of the monastery, just to make it look a little more authentic. And to make it look like the flames are shooting out of the windows, we're going to need to partially hide them. So let's click on the mask and reveal all. Let's use the black paint to hide the parts we don't want, because we're trying to hide them so that they keep the shape of shooting flames. Now we can see that the flame of the dragon is breathing on the monastery much more brighter than the other flames. So let's adjust the exposure there just to better match it and have it work with the other ones. Let's add an exposure layer and link it with the breathing fire layer. Also, let's place a colored layer, choose this brick orange, and reduce the layer's opacity significantly. Okay, now it's time for some smoke. First, let's add black smoke, which we're gonna place right here behind the knight. Mirror the image, and you might have noticed that the smoke image has dark, sharp edges. So let's add a mask and choose Reveal All. Using the brush with black, I'm going to hide parts of the smoke. Next, let's add various types of smoke to different parts of the photo just to make it look like the monastery really is on fire and all mayhem is breaking loose. Lower the opacity for some of the clouds of smoke to make them look more natural. And you can see that this cloud of smoke here has a sharp edge, as you can see it in the sky. So let's fix that using a mask like we did with the first one. And again, lower its opacity. Okay, so our photo is mostly done, but I'm just gonna do a few final more touches just to make it look a little bit more kind of realistic, or so that it all just merges nicely together. Okay, we're ready to save. So click Save As and choose the .zps format so we can continue working on this photo montage in the future, but any edit that you're making and you save as a .zps, you can continue working on it down the road in case you ever want to return to it, even if you're done. And this is how it turned out. All right, that's all for today. In the next video, we're gonna focus on adding some of those fine detailed touches, like making sure the depth of field is correct and that the monastery really is kind of blackened, and so just all looks realistic in the final product we're trying to make. Hope you like this video. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that bell and subscribe so that you get all of our newest videos. See you in the next one. Ciao.